Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Green Life Garden Home DIY channel. So today I am back with eggplants. Now my eggplants are growing rather fast, and I have been trying to get around to this video for quite some time. Although I really love eggplants, they're producing so to the point that I can't eat them fast enough. Now, the best thing you could do with food that is producing more than what you can eat is preserve it. Some people like to freeze, some people like to dry out, some people like to can. I like all of them, but if I had to choose, I would can or dry out. Now, canning to me, it tends to last so much longer than anything else, and it's like less of a worry or something you've got to babysit. You can it in the jars, you put it away in a place that they won't break, and you're good. I had some pears, as a matter of fact, that I canned, and I'm telling you, I ate the last jar. I think I canned them in like 2000, and I ate the last jar in like 2012, something like that. But they were still delicious, still good, and the thing that was so funny, them pears had been under some extreme weather conditions, but hey, I knew they were good just by the look of it, and of course by the taste. So needless to say, we ate those. So what I want to do with these is, some people say pickling, and some people just simply say preserving. I am going to call it pickling. I'm going to pickle my eggplants, and I'm going to show you step by step. Now the first process takes the longest, because once I cut them, they're going to have to sit with salt for probably about 3 hours or maybe more, and at that point we will be able to move on to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut and show you what we need to do to release some of the excess moisture or water content out of the eggplant with salt, and we'll be moving on from that point. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get these cut up. This one, I'm not going to try to do anything with it but keep it for the seed. I have allowed it to, I guess you could say, go bad, but we're going to set it to the side. Before I start cutting, just want to introduce you to some of the things that you're going to need. You're going to need some glass jars. Nothing fancy. It does not, again, have to be ball jars, although these two are. You're going to need white vinegar. I've got oil. And I'm going to use some pickling salt just to sprinkle on them, not actually put in there to can with. If I were going to use salt to can, I would actually use Himalayan pink salt. So I'm cutting here first. All right, so okay, so all right, your eggplant will look like this once you're done peeling it. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to chop it up. I'm going to cut in about 1/4 inch slices. Try to get all of them the same thickness. All right, so we've got them all cut, and the next thing I'm going to do is cut them lengthwise. It's going to be about 1/4 inch as well. All right, so they're going to look like that.
Those look like little mini fries when you do that.
Okay.
Aww, look at
We're going to take them and put them in our glass bowl.
Pickle.
And what I'm going to do next is go ahead and add some salt to those. Okay. This whole batch probably won't take more than about maybe a little less than a half of a cup.
That looks like regular salt, but don't use too much salt.
That's right. Well, we don't use regular salt. No way. I picked this up because I knew I was going to be rinsing the salt off. All right. And so you're going to take your salt and sprinkle it on there. Okay. And you're going to mix it in. Okay. Now give me a minute. I'm going to cut up the rest of the eggplant and put them in the bowl. Okay, so we are done cutting up our eggplant. So this is what it's going to look like. We have tossed it around, and the salt is going to cause it to release again water. So I'm going to put it in my colander and let it drain for the next 3 to 4 hours. All right, it was already draining, so you're going to see brown water in the bottom. Once that finishes, I'll be back to show you what it looks like and what we need to do for our next step. Okay, so I am back. It's been about 3.5 hours, and this is what the eggplant are looking like now. You can see that there is the brown liquid in the bottom. What I'm about to do is go ahead and boil equal parts water and vinegar right here. And I am going to put the eggplant in it for literally just 1 minute. While the water is boiling, the water and vinegar is boiling, I am going to go ahead and mince up garlic. And I'm going to use the dried oregano. And I'm really not sure if I'm going to add any sugar to it, because I saw someone do that in a recipe, but this is like the first bag of sugar I've actually purchased and brought in the house, and God knows how long. I don't like to fool with it too much, but I thought it was kind of interesting, them using it to have like that sweet and sour taste, but I think I may skip on that this time. Okay, so this is what I'm going to season it or flavor it up with a little bit. Or this is what I'm going to use to give it just a little bit more flavor. Okay, so our water has reached a boiling point, and I'm going to go ahead and put the eggplant in there. Sorry, I'm trying to work with one hand quickly. Matter of fact, I'm going to just go ahead and carefully dump it all in there, because we only need it to stay literally for 1 minute. And we're going to take that back out, strain it, and dry it. We are on the home stretch. Okay, I have reached my 1 minute. I am about to go ahead and start taking it out. Please do not leave it in there longer than a minute, or it just may try to turn to mush on you once it has actually finished curing, processing, whatever you want to call it. I'm putting it back in my strainer there. Go ahead and put it on a lined tray or whatever you have with a tea towel or paper towel so that we can get out all of, or so that we can make sure it is completely dry, and we're going to let it sit for just a little while longer. I've got a towel also on top. Okay, so my eggplant has dried enough for me to go ahead and put them over into my bowl. Again, I did not use sugar. That would have been something I would have put in the vinegar and water solution while it was boiling. I have the garlic in here. I have the oregano. And make sure you use an oil that is not overpowering, like olive oil can be at times. And also for storage, you know, you don't want an oil that's going to solidify once you open and put them into the refrigerator. So this is the oil that I have chosen, something light, something that is, you know, not going to overpower the eggplant. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm working with one hand here. I should have had this jar open. Go ahead and open it. I'm going to go ahead and pour some in here to just to go ahead and make sure that it is well coated. And then I'm going to place it into my jar. Okay. And I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. I've got that in the jar. This is what it's looking like. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and pour the oil in there to fill in all the gaps. Let that go ahead and catch up. I wish I had thought to use some smaller jars, because this didn't make a whole lot, and maybe I can fit this into my jar there. May not fill it up completely, but it's okay. And you can use any jar, it doesn't matter. An old pickle jar, an old jelly jar, it doesn't matter. Just make sure it's glass. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cap on that and finish up. Okay, you guys, so this is it, our preserved pickled eggplant. The only thing I did off camera is add some red pepper flakes, and that's it. So these will sit anywhere from between 2 days to 2 weeks, and to me, the longer preserved food set, the better it tastes. Sauerkraut, same thing, different subject. I'll get with you guys on a video on how to make that, which is like the absolute best probiotic you could ever take. Yeah, this one wasn't quite as full, this jar, but as long as you have it covered with your oil and keep your eggplant submerged under it, it'll be fine. Okay, so that is it. I do appreciate you guys so much for watching. When these are done processing, I'm going to come back, let you guys know what they taste like. Let me know if you decide to try the recipe. I'm sorry for the lighting, and I know I probably look tired too. I was out with my family today, and we had a ball at the skating rink on top of that. So, yeah, when you have a small child, you got to do what's necessary. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already. and I'll see you in the next video.